Hey everyone, John Henry here, slingshotfutures.com. Taking a look at the Nasdaq on this most recent failure on the highs, we're coming into a very nice band of support, looking to pick up 27.25. And really the primary reason that we're seeing is although the sellers are coming in a little bit heavier, we have a very nice bull trending day out of the gates. We're up 1.58% on the Nasdaq. And this has seemed to have been creating a baseline of support from 27.25 down to right around 24.75. That zone inside there is where I'm looking to kind of pick up as a bouncing point. Now, we are potentially dealing with a reversal. We did have a strong reversal off the bottom. It wouldn't be unheard of to see a reversal off of the highs. But realistically speaking, when you're up this much on the day, 1.6% on an index market, very frequently these big dips lower will be seen as a buying event or a buying potential opportunity rather than a selling event. Now, some buyers who were maybe long back here earlier in the day will see this as a sign to potentially get out, maybe take some profit, etc., reduce their overall exposure to the markets. But in the grand scheme of things, this is a nice pullback move in a very nice bull trending day, and I have every reason to believe that the buyers are going to come back in and shove the market back up again. Now, am I looking for a new high of day? Not necessarily. There was an obvious sign of resistance up here. When they tried breaking out, it failed. And when they came back, it failed miserably. So we do know that buyers they're not showing the intention of buying on the highs. They are buying low now, which is what I'm looking to do here at 27.25. Fingers crossed we can get a little bit of a pullback here and get that filled in. Came close. The low of that candle was at 28, so it missed me by about 3 ticks here. We'll see if we can come back down and get me filled there at 27.25. But realistically, what I'm looking for is a nice little bounce, and we'll see if we can grab that if it wants to come back and fill me. All right, taking in on the Nasdaq here, nice little tap of support. Now it's really just a question of if the buyers can get that launching pad off of that zone to catch a move back up. Initially, what I would really like to see is a quick bounce up towards around 33.75. That would be the optimal zone of interest to see if we can get a band, just a move from band to band, really. But I would like to see if maybe we can get a little more out of it. One of the best ways to do that is instead of using a limit order to exit, you utilize a stop. Once it starts moving in the direction that you want to see it going in, whether your objective's 33.25 or somewhere around there, you lock a stop in there instead to leave the door open for the market to try to lift a little bit further. So we got filled. We only took 1 tick of heat on the bottom there. Now it's just a matter to see if we can get that pop higher through this level. We're testing it right now. I want to see if they can push through it just a little bit more, and then we can lock our stop in at around 33 to see if we can trail out a little bit more out of the market. Currently, we're testing the previous swing low that will be seen as a level of resistance. But, I mean, like I said earlier, in the grand scheme of things, stop locked in. We're looking for this to continue. This is a nice pullback in a very strong bull day. I have every reason to believe that we're going to see a little more continuation back to the upside. Now I want to try to lock in 34.25 and see if they can kind of pop through that. That's the bar 64, this big old bear bar. I want to see them get back above that low. And if we can start doing that, then we might have a good shot at trying to catch a move up. The big objective here is going to be 37, because 37 is going to be a situation that might be a little bit interesting. That is the previous bear bar's high, and I'm actually willing to even reduce my risk a little bit there at 37 to see if we can get, not 3, let's do half. Take half off at 37 because that's where, if this is going to be a sell move down, sellers will come in and try to take that lower. So we want to play kind of both sides of it here. That's good enough. Oh, it didn't fill me. All right, taking 2 off there. Now my stop is in at 2. I want to lock in below bar 64 so we can get that in. and see if they can continue back up. So we have half of our position off. Now we're starting to pop higher. I do not want to see this come back. If it comes back, I am out of the trade. Currently, the stop is right around 36. And we're taken out. Okay, taken out of the trade. Beautiful bounce, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Really, the one thing you have to keep in mind when you're talking about a strong trending day is just the fact that trends don't just reverse on a dime, right? They just don't, more often than not. I mean, there's always that one case that it does. But really, trends don't just form Vs. Sometimes they do. But more likely, you're going to see a move up, and then you're going to see a transitional phase before it makes a decision on whether it wants to go down or up in continuation. In this case, we're in this transitional phase. I have every reason to believe that buyers are going to be coming in major areas of support. Previous swing lows, previous structural areas from yesterday, yesterday's value area, higher low, those kinds of things. When you can stack those up together, that's when you're getting the edge in your favor. And this is a perfect example of it. We jumped in there at 27.25, out at 36.25 and 35.75. Beautiful bounce on the Nasdaq, and now we're seeing the sellers coming in that zone of interest. Now, again, could this go to the high of day? Sure, it definitely could. But knowing that we failed off of the highs, we have to play it a little bit more conservatively. Maybe you could leave a few to run, but I am totally okay taking a quick little move off going into the end of the day. So that's going to do it for this one. Awesome example of just picking up a pullback in an otherwise strong trending day when nothing else is telling you to get out. Playing off the fears of sellers, well, if you're a bigger buyer or if you're a buyer that just wants to build a position, it's a really great way to build in. I think I just had an Amber Alert go off. Yep. Okay. Well, that's one way to end the video, right? That's how you know we're doing it live. Anyway, disregard the Amber Alert. I'll take a look at that in a second. But that's going to do it for the video. Sorry for the weird interruption. Can't say I've ever had that one happen, but that's going to do it. So enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you had a fantastic trading day today. And if, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. We can definitely get in that. Or, of course, in the comment section below, you can fill in some of those questions. We can bounce those back and forth there, too. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks.